Good evening, all. This is Raghu here. Hope you guys had a great trading session. And I'm extremely sorry. I could not bring you a learning video last weekend because I'm frequently falling sick. Hopefully, I'll recover and I'll bring more quality content to you guys. I had a pretty decent day where because of fever, I could not trade continuously, but I was experimenting on something which really worked out. So hopefully from tomorrow, I will start sharing my trades on the Telegram channel. Now, how did the day progress? Let's quickly go ahead and see this one. This is our weekly view. So weekly, we have a descending CPR. This is the current week CPR, and price after this morning since 9:15 it is going upward. This is all weekly CPR. So currently, as you can see, we have a strong resistance here. However, we are above the upper CPR, upper top circuit of the CPR. Whom does the top circuit belongs to? It is always buyers. So if you just observe, I'll walk you through how to trade. This is our daily view. We have a very strong wick on daily view. And if tomorrow 17,150 above, that is the daily 20-day moving average and the median of Bollinger Band is taken out, then you will have upside move for next 50 points. 17,190 zone is a strong resistance. If that is taken out, the next stop will be 17,300. On the downside, since the entire today's bar has acted as a buying zone, so for any short, you can see this long wicks. This is all buying because this was a green bar, if you recall. So the moment market dropped sharply in the opening 5 minutes, it was bought, right? So the only way you can expect a short is below today's low. Now, how did the candle pivot work? Had shared. So just once again telling, see this reversal wick. I have shared a very detailed price action analysis and trading zones in a 2-hour long video. If you really want to understand how to trade, please use this and trade. So below S4 is a breakout, above S4. S4 is a buying zone. So below S4 is a breakout. Likewise, S3 is a buying zone. Below S3 is a breakout. Now the opening happened above S3, but immediately dropped to S4. The next candle tried to break S4 and it saw a very strong buying pressure. So this zone, 16,834 and 16,865 will act as a strong buying zone for Nifty. And see, once the next candle broke above S3, it was a matter of test only. So any pullback, yes, market was very volatile, but whenever you see this strong reversal wick, if market comes down, you can keep a stop loss to the mid of the reversal wick or below it, because this is a very long bar. Why? Because always a market try to test the previous level before going further. As you can see, after S4 is broken, see this red bar, it tried to test S3. So just to see if there are any sellers who are there who can take the market down. Why this is important from a price action point of view, the big players or the market always wants to see how far market can move or how far market can go down. Now, one of the best way is by testing it. So if you consider this, before market took up, this was a test to see whether there is any strength left in the sellers to take the price below the day's low. There was no test. After the S3 Cambrilla was broken, this red bar was another test to see if there is any weakness left. Remember, this is a double top, this top and this top. So double tops won't be broken in first attempt. There will always be a test. If there was any weakness left, market could have come down. The next bar was a confirmation that the next two bars you can see, even here they tried to push it down, but it went up. So this reversal pin bar upside was a strong confirmation that market will go up. So today there was so much of test. One test happened here, and see another test happened again with this red bar. After going up, this reversal pin bar came again, try to test this level, but it saw so much of buying pressure, market went up here only. Now If you know Cambrilla, if S3 is a buying zone, what is the next selling zone? It is R3. Today was a day where market went up and you could have just followed the triple EMA. Triple EMA to beat your fear. Yes, long term, there are a lot of negatives in the global markets. So this was the sign. I had told you this is 5, 15, and 34 EMA. If you know any days high or low is broken in the initial first half an hour, 45 minutes, then it's a strong probability that market will continue in that direction. So this EMA is, if you want to follow 5 EMA, you can follow 5 EMA and exit once below 5 EMA. But ideally, when you the stop loss, I would like to keep when all three EMAs are closes below 34 EMA or below 15 EMA. So this is how you need to trade using EMAs. You can keep the 5 EMA or 15 EMA. So if you have kept 15 EMA as stop loss here, you would have gained money till here. If you had kept 34 EMA as stop loss, identifying the day's move and considering that R3 is so close and you don't have any supply zone, the supply zone itself is near R3. So you could have confidently gone and exited here. After that, it was a matter of cat and mouse game where buyers and sellers were fighting. But once it hits the target, you should have exited. This is how I would like to trade. Now, how do the market look for tomorrow? Now this is tomorrow's CPR. If you see tomorrow's CPR, our R1 is at 17,186 and the strong supply zone which I marked the week to week. Till here it is a supply zone. Still 16,904 is a supply zone because this is where on 15 minutes market tried to test and went up. So 16,900 to 16,834, that 70 points is a supply zone, if you understand what I mean. So if tomorrow, I'll move it here. This is S1, 16,908. This is R1, 17,186. So I keep telling that if market goes above R1, you need to consider market is in the upside direction. If market is below S1, you need to consider market is in downward trend, which means that it needs to sustain. Like today it happened, right? Goes up, comes, finds support, then moves up, goes sideways, finds support, then moves up. That way it needs to consolidate above R1 or below S1 so that you can have one direction bias. Now, what you see when you see the CPR, see these three lines are engulfing the current day CPR. So this tomorrow CPR is an engulfing CPR, which means market has established or extended the range of trading. Now this the less width the CPR means market can break that width. When you have a wider CPR, that means market range has extended. So if you see, we have a range. This is the top of Friday, 17,155, and this is the bottom, 16,833. So for tomorrow, we need to keep in mind that between 17,155 and 16,834. So this around 300 points approximately, this will be the range for tomorrow. Until these ranges are broken, there won't be any direction. And also if you see Nifty currently, after the falling wedge pattern, now the range have extended. You can see clearly market is in parallel channel, right? It's moving in a parallel channel. So if you observe this parallel channel, probably market can go till 17,300 if it goes. For 17,300 to happen, can it happen tomorrow itself? Highly unlikely because we have a engulfing CPR. So engulfing CPR and a wider CPR is a range bounding. Let's see how it goes. So it's not absolute. So for us to have a positive bias, market should sustain about today's high as well as previous day, that is Friday's high. Once it breaks Friday's high, 17,186, around 190 is a strong resistance. If this is broken, the next target is 17,300. Likewise, if the low is broken, that is 17,183 is broken, the next stop will be this one. This is where you see strong buying happened. So 16,744 will come and will be tested 744 to 687. Yes, we do have around 40-50 points. Unfortunately, it's a very strong wick where you see a strong buying happen. So here, no matter how, people will come and just try to see this area as a buying zone and they will try to enter. So to break these zones, you need to have a very strong bar which can break this. If a strong red bar breaks these zones downward in 1-2 candles on 5 minutes time frame, which means there is a strong weakness and market can go even further down. These are the levels for tomorrow. Please do share your comments, subscribe, appreciate Bro Billionaire so that we can bring more and more videos on the levels. And make no mistake, whatever levels I give, it works like kind of Lakshman Rekha. Now these are my levels. Yes, there are a lot of clutters. So bit till what did I say, 17,190, we have a intermediate resistance 17,172. But if I add all these, then it will be very confusing for the folks. That's the reason I haven't added, but see how the market worked today. If you've seen my earlier video, I've shown you whenever you have a very big space, that is a space where market moves freely. Look how market moved freely from opening to bottom and then formed a reversal pin bar on even 15 minutes, which indicated a strong buying zone. Next happened test and see where the test is happening. These levels are overall marked beforehand. Now, what are the levels for tomorrow? The levels are this. These are the levels you need to keep in mind and play accordingly using the pivots. Thank you so much. Have a good day.